Yes, hello everybody, this is Ray from Race United and I'm back. Listen, mainnet is around the corner and people are beginning to panic. That's not what I expected. I expected all of you to be buzzing with high energy, not panicking, because that's not going to help anyone. But I'm here to remedy that and ensure that all of you begin to loosen up. You know what I'm saying? Loosen up. That's what you need to do. So, hey, don't forget, smash that like button, smash the subscriber button, notification, of course, and share. Become a member of the channel. Make the channel grow, become much bigger. So when it becomes bigger, you will be a part of it, guys. You will be a part of it. I'm looking at myself. No, you will be a part of it. Yes. So don't joke around. Today, we're definitely going to talk about the phases of mainnet, and I'll explain them to you. Yes. I will be right back. Yeah, so before I go into any explanation of the phases of mainnet, let me just say this. If you haven't watched my previous live show that I did, it was, I would say, energy filled, but at the same time, people will be like, oh, that's not Ray, that is me. No, I just drank some Guinness. I'm sorry, that's after my live show. I'm sorry for the burp. But hey, I'm a human being. I'm not going to edit it. But yeah, let's continue. So yes. This one is gonna, before I go straight to that, I'm gonna make sure I explain something to you guys. Listen, when new things come, people start to doubt. Remember when Bitcoin came years ago? People doubted it. People were like, what the hell is this about? How can I get currency via that means? That can't happen. Now it's here. Bitcoin is the best cryptocurrency on earth. Now, Pi is the first, will always continue to be the first of mobile crypto mining. We did that. We, all 30 million plus of us did that. You understand? And the core team facilitated that. So whilst we've gone through this, I expect you and I entreat you to raise your levels of optimism. You understand? And before you do that, make sure that you read the white paper, the new one, the revised one. If you want to read the old one, read it, but read the revised one, at least. Read the FAQs, at least. And then read the mainnet checklist. Extremely important. Because if you don't do that, then you will never understand what's happening. Okay? I will be right back. All right, so I'm back. This is Ray from Race United. I need you to know something. Do you know what's going to happen? Do you know what's going to happen? Pi mainnet is here, and we are going to ensure that Pi is safe. And for it to happen, we're going to make sure it's divided into two phases, mini phases, if you want to call it. So we have the enclosed network period, and then we have the open network period. I'm going to explain the enclosed right here in this segment, and then I'll explain the open in the next segment. So let me go straight to the point. So the enclosed network, what does it entail really? What does it entail? So the enclosed network has so many advantages that people don't understand. I said it in my live show. A lot of people didn't understand. You understand? Now, what the enclosed network is going to do, first of all, it's firewalled. So a lot of people need to understand. You get what I'm saying? So what it's going to do is going to facilitate millions of pioneers whose KYCs have not been done to be done. So it's going to facilitate that with ease, because then we can now focus on KYC getting done for the millions, for the masses, like I call it, the mass KYC release. You understand? So that's what's going to happen. And so that's one of them. The second one, of course, is to build and deploy more Pi apps, which is so important to us. We just build them. Of course, some people have already built them. The ones that have already been built, we deploy them onto the Pi app. And then, of course, allowing more utilities to be created and used. How is this a disadvantage? It's not. This is some serious stuff. And today I'm serious. But at the same time, it's still me, Race United. So don't forget, smash that like button, smash the notification button, and share the content. Become a member. That helps a lot. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's continue. So obviously, another advantage is that it will transition Pi apps, obviously, and then Pi apps that are deployed on the testnet to mainnet. So you already have some Pi apps which are on testnet. It will transition that. So it will help transition them from testnet to mainnet. You get what I'm saying? So we don't have problems here. We have advantages here. Advantages. Why are people panicking? Why are people panicking? Don't panic. All right? Relax. And then, of course, we would iterate on any modification and adjustments, of course, very important to the mainnet. Now, this is so important. And then, of course, the ecosystem before the open network. So, again, we're going to look for all these errors. We troubleshoot our system to ensure that if there are niggling errors here and there, they all get corrected. Have you noticed that anytime you ping an active, it says an error message? That's going to disappear. If you ping an inactive, suddenly you see that. That would disappear. So they have to work on all of that during this first phase of mainnet, which is the enclosed network period. Do you get me? So nobody should panic. I keep telling you this. There is no panic station here. There is more relaxation. Relax, chill, strap on your seat belts, feel safe. Feel safe, guys. I need you to feel safe with this because we're here now. People shouldn't panic anymore. You get what I'm saying? You can't panic, And let me tell you things that people can't do. People can't do during this period. Things that they can't do. So the restrictions. You get what I'm saying? Now the restrictions are here. There will be no connectivity between Pi and other blockchains. That can't happen. Mainnet can only be accessed through the Pi wallet and Pi apps on the Pi browser. That's also another thing. See? And that's that. And then the mainnet blockchain will be accessible to any computer on the internet, but only through a firewall to enforce the above rules. You get what I mean? But during this time, the things that we can do, of course, the things that we can do is we can exchange Pi for goods and services through the Pi apps. Remember that. Remember the Pi apps, some of them being on the testnet and the ones that will be created and also posted there? They are all will be able to use that as long as they're ratified and obviously gone through the processes of checks. We can use that to do our purchases. And of course, it'll be authentic. Don't worry about it. And then, of course, we can transfer Pi between pioneers for goods and services. So we can exchange Pi for goods and services through Pi apps. And then we can, obviously, between pioneers as well, we can do our exchange of goods and services. So you transfer the goods, I give you my Pi. Simple as that. No scam. We're all pioneers. You get what I'm saying? So that's exactly what's going to happen in the enclosed network phase. I hope this is so simple for you and you understand it. Let me go to the open network phase and tell you when the enclosed network phase will end, probably, and then when the closed network, when the open network will be ushered in. I will be right back. All right, so I'm back. Now, the restrictions of the enclosed network will definitely, be relaxed. And once it's relaxed, we'll get to our next period, which we call the open network period, or the open network, as it were. So once those restrictions are lifted, straight away we'll go into our open network. When will this happen? Well, this is all dependent on how what was the word they used? How mature our enclosed network economy becomes. And then, of course, we will look at the progress or the progression of the Pi KYC. So, I keep telling you guys on my live shows that you need to make sure your KYCs are done. Of course, before that is done, you get your passport, right? And your driving license and your various respective national IDs. In some cases, and even in Nigeria, they have something called the NIN slip. So get all of that ready so you can get the, we can get our, what's the name of those people? Our people that, the validators. So they will come and obviously validate our Pis to see if our Pis are, our IDs to see if our IDs are legitimate. You understand? And if they're eligible for KYC. That is what they're going to do. But then again, let me tell you what's going to happen. So within this period, once the enclosed network comes to an end and the open network is ushered in, the date is the date that we could see, the earliest could be Pi Day. The earliest could be Pi Day. So nobody should panic. We can still have little transactions here and there. Won't you be happy about that? That you can buy a few things on the Pi app. It might even be interesting so much so that you don't even want fiat currency anymore. Because at the end of the day, items hold value more than fiat currency. That's fact. You get what I mean? So, that is that. So, it could be on the 14th of March or March 14th, 2022. Now, if the progression is slow with respect to KYC and the maturity of the enclosed network economy is also not as progressive as we expect it to be, touch wood, it's progressive, then we could push it back to Pi 2 Day, which is June the 28th, 2022. If it's still delayed, the worst case scenario, then it's going to continue till further notice. And that's the worst case scenario. So the best case scenario is the 14th of March, 2022, earliest. The latest will be beyond Pi 2 Day. You understand? Beyond Pi 2 Day. And what is Pi 2 Day? June the 28th. And then, of course, the year, which is 2022. I will be right back. All right, so I'm back. I'm back for the conclusion, guys. So let me conclude this and then we can move on. Listen, I've done my mainnet videos. You've watched it. You loved it. I've done mainnet live shows. You've watched it. You loved it. I believe so. However, one thing I realized is that in communicating and having conversations with people, they doubted this whole thing. They doubted it. I'm talking about when mainnet date was, it's not announced yet. I announced it. But when they got to realize that mainnet is going to subdivide it into two phases, which is the enclosed network period and the open network period, a lot of people started to doubt. Immediately, like, they've been misled, they've been fed false information. Nobody fed you anything. You gave yourself that hope, which in other words, I would say false hope. Because if you listen to those of us that have the facts that we gave you, you'll realize I never gave you false hope. I gave you hope, but not false hope. And I told you the truth. So, what you need to do for yourself, do the basics. Make sure that your mainnet checklist is done. What is the mainnet checklist? The first thing you need to do, download the Pi browser app. After that, make sure you create a wallet. Important. These two things are very important. You understand? And then the rest will follow. But these are the two things you need to do. And make sure you can determine how much Pi you want to lock up and all of that. That will be the third stage of the checklist. And then after that, of course, KYC once we get into it. And then, of course, you wait for your application to be confirmed. And then after that, you tell your people to get themselves KYC'd as well. Those that haven't been KYC'd. And everything should be fine, my guys. All right? Okay, let's be one happy family. I love it when we all come together and watch videos and have conversations, ask questions, and let's all feel good. Do you understand? I love doing what I do for you guys, but you need to help yourself because heaven helps those who help themselves. The name is Ray. The channel is Rays United. And the word is peace.